Okay, this is going to be a tutorial to show you how to make a contact sheet. It's very simple. First thing you do is you're going to take your stuff and you're going to put your items inside of a folder. And then you're going to relabel them to whatever you want to call them. So this, I'm just going to, whoops. I'm just going to relabel these so that you can kind of see the relabeling process. You would be doing probably other things like labeling this as like rule of thirds, or it could be, so just whatever you're going to name it, so that way I know what you shot, what you think you're shooting. I'm going to put smart board. Oops. Okay, and the others I'm going to leave blank so you can kind of see what it does. But I've renamed those. What we're going to do now, after you rename them to what you want them to be, we're going to go into Photoshop. This is quite a simple process, but you go to File, Automate, and we're going to do a contact sheet. Now with this contact sheet, we're going to choose the file that we want. Let me back up so you can kind of take a look at that. Right here we're going to say we can do folders or we can do individual files. I'm going to do the whole entire folder. I'm going to choose that, and I think I labeled it Use Me on the desktop. So desktop, oh right there at the top, Use Me. I'm going to hit Open. That's the full, it's going to use everything inside of there. I'm going to say include subfolders. Well, there's no other subfolders inside of there. Okay, so now I think I have 6 things inside of there. So I'm going to keep it as an 8 by 10. But I'm going to come down here. I'm going to make the columns. I'm going to make it 2 columns. Wait, if I can even, right. Okay, I'm going to make it 2 columns by 3 rows. Okay, because I only have 6 in there. Now I tell it to rotate for the best fit. So if I shot one sideways, or vertical versus horizontal, it'll rotate it so it fits the best. I am going to want to use a file name on this one, so you can see what happens with that. I'm gonna, yeah, it's really that simple. I hit OK. Now watch what it does. It goes through and it's going to pull up each of those. It's going to throw it on there. Boom, it's done. Okay. And notice that because we told it to use a file name, those are the file names. And some of them that we relabel, like that one's, cart 1, smartboard, shelf, and I put it on there. Now, when I have you turn it in, I'm going to say, I want you to save it as something. I might say, save it as a JPEG. I might say, save it as a PDF. Save it as a PSD. So here's what you're going to do. You can go File, Save As. Now, at this point, it wants to save it as a PSD. I've seen people go to download things. I'm going to put this on my desktop. I've seen people go to upload things to Canvas, and so all they do is they change that PSD to JPEG, because they say open up as a, save it as a JPEG. Well, this doesn't actually save it as a JPEG if you do that, because look at this. See, it says it's still going to save it as a Photoshop format, which was a PSD. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and let's say I wanted to save it as a JPEG. I would then hit save it as a JPEG, or hit save it as a PDF. See, Photoshop PDF. I'm going to save this one as a PDF to the desktop, and then hit save. Okay, now let's find it. I saved it right there. It's a PDF, and you can see all of them are in there. And so when you go to upload that, that's the one you want to pick and choose to upload.